Hey everybody, welcome back to my Power Ranger rant. So we're in Season 2 now, and Jason, Trini, and Zach have all left the show. To clear the confusion, the real reason, this has never been clarified, but there's enough evidence in interviews and implications by actors to believe these three actors, Austin St. John, Walter Emmanuel Jones, and Thuy Trang, all wanted more money. From what I understand, because the American footage that they were filming was not that much, because half the show, if not more, was imported footage, they were ripping off their actors to try to save money. Saban were greedy SOBs. So they were trying to pay their actors as little as possible to keep them satisfied. These three spoke out and stated they wanted more money, and rightfully so. The show was a huge enough success that they could ask for more money. It was logical. But one thing led to another, and the rest of the story isn't explained, and Saban let them go. All three were fired and written out of the series, which to this day I'm disappointed by, because those three were so cool, especially Jason. He was a great character. And they were written out of the show. And if you look in the episode, The Power Transfer, that was the episode where they actually left for the peace conference, I don't think you actually even see them in that show. I think they fired them before then and actually just, they didn't show them on camera, but they used their voices. So they must have been on their way out as that was being filmed. Which really, if you know the story behind why the actors are leaving, it makes the episode kind of sad when you watch it. But moving on, so you have the new Power Rangers, the new 6 with the White Ranger, and Rocky, Adam and Aisha, and Billy and Kimberly, who are the only 2 original Power Rangers left. Some would say Tommy, but he was the 6th Ranger, so really, I guess he's an original Power Ranger, sure. So you have 3 originals left. And for the rest of the series, really, Season 2 and 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like I said in the first part, the teamwork wasn't there anymore. Tommy was the undisputed leader of the Power Rangers, and all the attention was basically on him. He had his own theme song. When he was the Green Ranger, it was Go Green Ranger Go, and now when he was the White Ranger, it was White Ranger Tiger Power. So kids gravitated towards him, not because of I don't think just because the character was cool, but because the show focused its attention directly on Tommy to kind of almost brainwash the kids. And I'll admit it, I was one of the kids that got brainwashed, so to speak, but you can't brainwash kids unless you have a cool character to thrive off of, and Tommy was that. So they really just, cashed out on a hot commodity, which was the character Tommy, and that was genius marketing. But anyway, that's technical. I'm getting off topic. Season 2 and 3 go on, and it's awesome. But Season 2, there's a movie deal, and I have to tell you, the hype for the movie was insane. If you were a huge fan of the show, it was insane. The hype was so cool. The trailer, I remember the first teaser trailer wouldn't even show you anything. It was just light on helmets, and it even had a slogan: "The power is on next summer." And the movie hit, and to this day, I can watch that movie and still it leaves me with a feel-good feeling. I just feel satisfied. Feel happy. It's a feel-good movie by the end of the movie. I'm not going to get too deep into it because talking about the movie alone is worth another video entirely, but the effect it had on the show really, well, there wasn't any effect on the show. The tie-in to the ninja powers that the movie had, it was a completely different story in the series. They had Ninjor, who took the place of Dulcia from the movie, and gave them their new ninja powers, the Ninjetti. And so they had these cool ninja suits, which were so cool. And new Ninja Zords, again, new Zords. They had new Thunder Zords the last season before, too. But in my opinion, nothing beats the Megazord and Dragon Zord. Those are the coolest Zords they'll ever be. So they do this different story. So it's like the movie took place in an alternate reality, which is interesting. But then season 3 kind of starts winding down, and oh my gosh, how did I forget this? Season 2, you had the villain, who's probably the most badass villain out of anyone in kids show history. Lord freaking Zed. This guy was so awesome. And he was American too. He was American. He wasn't imported footage. He had the evil voice. The theme song was haunting. He was so evil that parents actually complained to the show to tone the character down because he was scaring little kids. And when you look at like the first episodes that he's introduced, he is one evil guy. I mean, it shows like parts of his body, like his arms, and then his head, and then his other arm, and it's like he has an exoskeleton of steel, and his doesn't have any skin. It's just all blood vessels, which is cool. And he had a Z on his forehead. He had the staff, and he had a cobra crawling over his arm, and he had the kind of Darth Vader-like theme song playing. It was so awesome. But like any awesome thing for kids, parents got to screw it up, and they did. They called it in and said that they were scaring their kids, and so they toned him down. And by mid-season 2, Lord Zed gradually started getting less cool, and by season 3, he was a doofus, which was disappointing. Really is. He started this ridiculous storyline with Rita Repulsa where they were in love and married, and you know, for some reason people love Rita Repulsa, and you know, she started off the series, which is cool, but you know, I loved Lord Zed. Rita Repulsa ain't got nothing on Lord Zed, I'm sorry. But by the end of season 3, the villains weren't nearly as they couldn't live up to the evil that Lord Zed was when he was first introduced. So they really dropped the ball on that one. And it was a sign for things to come for the rest of the series. No other villains have really been able to be that evil. By the end of season 3, the Rangers kind of go into this weird storyline where they're kids, and the kids, surprisingly, actually looked a lot like the actors, which was kind of cool. And they had this short mini-series, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, which was more Japanese footage imported and small American footage, and was pretty cool. It had its own theme song, which was kind of weird since it was only like 9 episodes. But it was a transition into Power Rangers Zeo, which was the very first spin-off series of Power Rangers, and was a sign for things to come, because since then, we have not had a continuing Power Rangers series since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is disappointing, but, well, yeah, there is no but. It's disappointing. It really, Power Rangers will never, ever be able to be as big as it was when it first hit in the 90s. Everything was right for the show, but, anyway, that sums up Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Tune in for the conclusion on the video response where I talk about the rest of the series and give my final thoughts.